46 wheat penny from the United States of America carries a legacy far beyond its humble copper shell. Minted just after World War II, this coin represents a period of renewal, resilience, and economic rebirth. What makes certain 1946 wheat pennies incredibly valuable isn't just their age or design. It's the rare quirks and hidden flaws that slipped through the minting process, turning a simple 1-cent coin into a collector's dream. To the untrained eye, it might appear as just another Lincoln cent. But to those who understand its mystique, it holds the potential to be worth thousands, or even millions, depending on its condition and rarity. This tiny disc of metal, often tucked away in old drawers or forgotten jars, can indeed be a ticket to life-changing wealth. The artistry of the 1946 wheat penny is part of its charm. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, symbolizing endurance and unity. On the reverse, the simple elegance of the wheat stalks frames the denomination, 1 cent, and the proud words, United States of America. While most of these pennies were struck in ordinary copper alloy, some were accidentally minted on leftover planchets from earlier years, including steel or silver-like materials from 1943 wartime production. It's those few error coins, glimmering faintly with a silvery hue, that have captivated collectors' hearts and imaginations. They represent an accident of history, a rare fusion of time and circumstance that no mint could ever reproduce intentionally. Rarity drives value in the world of numismatics, and a 1946 wheat penny stands as a powerful example of that rule. A regular 1946 penny might fetch a modest sum, but a version struck on a steel or off-metal planchet could command staggering prices at auction. Some reports speak of pristine examples that sold for hundreds of thousands, and whispers among collectors suggest that a flawless specimen could be worth millions if authenticated. The key lies in its metallic makeup, mint mark, and condition. If you ever stumble upon a 1946 penny that appears silvery rather than coppery, handle it with the utmost care. It could be an astonishingly rare survivor of a minting mishap that defied all odds. Beyond its monetary value, the 1946 wheat penny embodies a story of perseverance and hidden potential. During the post-war years, America was rebuilding its strength, and every coin told part of that journey. Ordinary people used these pennies daily, unaware that some of them carried extraordinary worth. It's almost poetic to think that a symbol of modest value, a coin designed to represent the smallest unit of exchange, could one day rival the price of luxury cars, homes, or even estates. It reminds us that greatness often hides in the ordinary, waiting only for the right eyes to recognize it. Collectors often speak of the magic that surrounds certain coins, and a 1946 wheat penny is drenched in that mystique. Its worth doesn't come merely from its metal, but from the emotions and history it carries. To hold one is to grasp a fragment of America's post-war optimism, a tangible link between generations. Every scratch, tone, or minting mark tells a story, a whisper from the past echoing into the present. Those who appreciate its rarity know that they aren't just collecting coins. They're preserving heritage, passion, and a slice of human ingenuity that outlived its time. So, if fortune ever places a 1946 wheat penny in your hands, don't underestimate its power. Examine it with wonder, respect, and curiosity. What seems like a simple coin could be a masterpiece of accident and destiny, a piece of history that holds unimaginable value. In a world obsessed with instant wealth, this small copper or silver-toned treasure stands as proof that real fortune often hides where you least expect it. And perhaps, just perhaps, that unassuming penny could be the very thing that changes your life overnight. The 1952 wheat penny from the United States may seem like an ordinary copper coin at first glance, but within the world of numismatics, the art of coin collecting, it holds a magnetic charm that continues to captivate collectors and dreamers alike. Minted during the post-war era, when America's economy was rising from the shadows of hardship, This small piece of metal carries not only monetary value, but also the story of a nation in transition. What makes the 1952 penny truly fascinating is how certain rare versions of it, those struck with errors, unique tones, or preserved in pristine, untouched condition, can fetch breathtaking prices in the modern collector's market. In the right circumstances, this humble cent could indeed be a ticket to an unimaginable fortune. The coin's design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 stalks of wheat on the back, symbolizes hard work, unity, and growth. Yet beneath this simple imagery lies a world of subtle variations that determine its destiny. Some 1952 wheat pennies were minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, some in Denver, D mint mark, and others in San Francisco, S mint mark. While millions were produced, only a handful have survived in flawless condition, unworn, gleaming, and radiating their original luster. These are the coins that make collectors' hearts race, because perfection is priceless in the world of numismatics. A coin untouched by time can transcend its face value and soar into the realm of the extraordinary. Even more thrilling are the error coins, those born of human imperfection at the mint. A double die strike, an off-center image, or a rare misprint can transform a penny into a legend. Imagine a 1952 wheat penny where Lincoln's face is slightly doubled, or where the inscriptions blur into ghostly echoes. These are not flaws, but signatures of rarity. Each one tells the story of a fleeting mistake that somehow escaped detection, destined to astonish collectors decades later. Such anomalies have been known to sell for staggering sums, often tens of thousands of dollars. And in some cases, certain unique pieces have been rumored to reach valuations that could make anyone's heart skip a beat. The allure of this coin isn't just about money, it's about discovery. Every 1952 wheat penny found in an attic drawer or passed down through generations carries the hope of hidden fortune. For many collectors, it's the thrill of uncovering something extraordinary from the ordinary, the sense that history has chosen their coin to be the rare one among millions. Holding a perfect or error 1952 penny in your hand is like holding a slice of America's golden past, a time capsule of copper, patience, and luck that might just hold the power to change your destiny overnight. In today's market, stories circulate of 1952 pennies being auctioned for astonishing prices, turning casual collectors into instant millionaires. While not every penny from that year commands such fame, the possibility is what keeps the legend alive. A coin graded at the highest level by experts, brilliantly red, gleaming as though it just left the mint, can ignite fierce bidding wars among enthusiasts worldwide. The more flawless the coin, the more priceless it becomes. And when rarity meets perfection, the value becomes almost mythical, pushing into figures that defy imagination. So if you ever come across a 1952 wheat penny, don't dismiss it as a mere copper cent. It could be the silent treasure waiting to reveal its power, the kind of coin that whispers of history, fortune, and fate. Within that small, time-worn circle of metal lies the potential to transform a life overnight, a tangible reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary things come disguised as the simplest. The 1952 wheat penny isn't just a coin. It's a dream pressed in copper, a tiny monument to luck, rarity, and the boundless wonder of discovery. The 1951 wheat penny from the United States is one of those humble-looking coins that hides an aura of mystery and fascination behind its copper sheen. Struck during an era when every penny carried the weight of a hard-working America, this coin has become more than just a relic. It's a whisper from history itself. Though millions were minted, only a few rare varieties and flawless conditions have transformed the 1951 wheat penny into a legendary collector's dream. The stories tied to these coins are not just about metal and mint marks. They're about discovery, luck, and the incredible power of time to turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. What truly makes some 1951 wheat pennies so valuable is the magic of rarity mixed with perfection. The majority were produced in the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, and while most circulated heavily, a few survived untouched, gleaming in near-perfect, uncirculated brilliance. Collectors crave these gems because they capture the beauty of Abraham Lincoln's portrait and the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse with razor-sharp detail. The deeper the luster, the more dramatic the value. A coin struck slightly off-center, double-die varieties, or those made with unusual metal errors can command staggering prices, transforming a tiny cent into a treasure worth thousands, or even millions, under the right circumstances. The idea that a small, copper-colored coin could one day make someone a millionaire might sound like a fantasy, yet has happened. In the secretive and passionate world of coin collecting, rare errors or uncirculated examples of the 1951 wheat penny have fetched unimaginable sums at private auctions. The reason is simple. Perfection and rarity cannot be replicated. When a collector encounters a flawless 1951 penny shimmering with its original mint red glow, untouched by time or human hands, it becomes a piece of art, a window into the past when craftsmanship and precision mattered profoundly. There are whispers among numismatists about mysterious variants, coins struck on the wrong planchets, or those with double inscriptions that escape the mint's eyes. These rare mishaps, born out of chance and human imperfection, are the holy grail of the 1951 wheat penny series. A single specimen with the right kind of minting error can send shockwaves through the collecting world, drawing bids that climb into the stratosphere. In such cases, that humble penny becomes a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, a ticket to fortune, and a symbol of how the smallest details can create the grandest rewards. Beyond the numbers and grades lies something deeper, the story that every 1951 wheat penny carries. Each one has traveled through hands that built, dreamed, and lived through mid-century America. It has jingled in pockets during the post-war boom, been spent on candy or newspapers, or tucked away in jars by those who sensed its potential. To own one today, especially a rare or pristine piece, is to hold a fragment of that era, a living memory in metal. And for some, that emotional connection is worth more than the highest bid. So, if you ever come across a 1951 wheat penny, don't dismiss it as just spare change. Look closer. Its surface may hold secrets, its edges might whisper of rarity, and its story might be the one that changes your life overnight. Because in the mesmerizing world of coins, fortune often hides in plain sight. The 1951 wheat penny proves that history and luck can unite in the smallest of objects, reminding us that sometimes even a penny can shine with the power of destiny.
The 1972 Eisenhower dollar from the Philadelphia Mint carries an aura that collectors whisper about with a mix of awe and disbelief. It is not just a coin. It is a monument forged in metal, born in a year when America was reshaping its identity and placed in the face of a war hero and present on a coin meant to symbolize strength. Each piece feels like it carries a heartbeat of history, echoing through time with a power that only true collectors understand. When you hold a 1972 Ike dollar, you feel the gravity of something far greater than just currency. What makes this coin so mesmerizing is not just its design, but the mystery wrapped around its rarest varieties. People speak of those elusive 1972 Type 2 pieces from the Philadelphia Mint as if they were fragments of a larger cosmic puzzle, coins that slip through the minting process in extremely limited numbers, creating a silent legend. When collectors discover one, the reaction is never calm. It's a moment of thunder, a strike of possibility, the kind of moment that changes a life's direction instantly. The Eisenhower dollar itself stands proud with Dwight D, Eisenhower's stoic portrait. But it's the reverse, Earth floating above the lunar surface, that transforms a coin into something almost poetic. It feels like the entire universe is reflected in a single piece of metal. That floating planet speaks of hope, ambition, exploration, and the daring spirit of humankind. It's no surprise that people treat this coin like a star plucked from the night sky. Over the decades, stories have circulated about individuals discovering a simple old Ike dollar in their drawers, only to learn it was a legendary 1972 Type 2 variety. These stories are told with the same excitement as uncovering buried treasure, because for collectors, finding such a coin is like unlocking a hidden chapter in the Book of Destiny. The excitement it sparks is electric, charging the mind with dreams brighter than sunrise. The coin's aura of fortune comes not from fantasy, but from the way collectors chase it relentlessly. The idea that a single coin can shift your path, reshape your future, or awaken a new beginning is what makes it feel magical. It's not about guaranteed millions. It's about the promise of possibility, the thrill of rarity, the spark that turns curiosity into passion. In that sense, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is a talisman of potential. Hold the coin in your palm and you'll feel its weight, not just a physical heaviness, but a symbolic one. You feel the march of history. You feel Eisenhower's leadership echoing through time. You feel the power of the moon landing captured in a tiny circle of metal. You feel the legacy of American craftsmanship pressed into every ridge, every curve, every detail. Some collectors describe the 1972 Ike dollar as a sleeping giant. It may not shine like gold or glitter like diamonds, but its value lies in its spirit, its rarity, and the devotion of those who pursue it. The stories around it grow with every passing year, and the excitement only intensifies as more collectors learn about the varieties that set this coin apart from the rest. The mystique of the 1972 Philadelphia Eisenhower dollar isn't crafted by price guides or auctions. It's shaped by the people who believe in the magic of discovery. When you possess a coin that others spend their lives searching for, you feel empowered, elevated, and connected to something timeless. The coin becomes more than metal. It becomes a symbol of luck. Imagine the moment you realize you're holding one of the rarest varieties in your hand. The rush, the breathlessness, the sudden surge of adrenaline. It feels like a door has opened, inviting you into a world where hidden treasures still exist and where fortune can appear when you least expect it. That emotional explosion is what makes this coin unforgettable. In the end, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar stands as a reminder that history is alive, value is more than money, and fortune favors those who dare to look closely. Whether kept as a cherished part of a personal collection or admired as a piece of American heritage, this coin carries a spark of destiny. It may not promise overnight wealth, but it promises something far more meaningful. The thrill of possibility, the magic of rarity, and the feeling that you're holding a piece of greatness in your hands. In the vast universe of American coins, few pieces carry the electric mystery of the 1976 Eisenhower bicentennial dollar, especially the one struck at the Philadelphia Mint Mark P, the mark of legends, the mark of whispers. Collectors speak of it the way treasure hunters speak of a lost crown jewel. Rare, powerful, and capable of turning an ordinary day into a moment that rewrites destiny. This coin isn't just metal. It's a symbol of possibility, a silent witness to the 200th birthday of a nation and the dreams of millions who touched it through time. Many coins become valuable, but only a handful rise into the realm where value becomes myth. The 1976 Eisenhower dollar from Mint Mark P sits exactly in that realm, wrapped in stories of unimaginable worth, spoken about in private collector circles with a sense of awe usually reserved for world-changing discoveries. It carries a kind of energy that makes your heart beat faster when you realize what you might be holding. A historic silver giant with the power to shift a person's fate in a single night. Collectors often say that the specific Eisenhower dollar has a destiny of its own, calling out to the right owner at the right moment. Stories circulate about someone finding it in an old drawer, another discovering it inside a forgotten envelope, and a third stumbling upon it in a box of inherited coins. Each time, the discovery feels like lightning striking in human form, unexpected, overwhelming, and filled with hope that a normal life could transform suddenly and beautifully. The coin's design has a magnetic pull of its own. The strong profile of President Eisenhower on the front feels almost alive, as if watching over the holder, while the back carries that unforgettable dual-date message, 1776 to 1976, telling the world that this is no ordinary dollar. It is a birthday medal for a nation, a piece forged during the celebration of freedom, unity, and legacy. Its weight alone feels like history pressing into your palm. What truly makes a Mint Mark P version stand out in legend is a belief that among all the coins released that year, a tiny handful were struck with extraordinary precision, so clean, so sharp, so flawless that they became instant wonders. Collectors often describe these rare examples as the $1 million miracles, Coins rumored to hold value so high that only private conversations between elite collectors mention the numbers. Whether myth or truth, the stories keep the coin glowing in mystery. But what makes this coin's legend even more electrifying is the idea that it could appear anywhere. Hidden in a dusty shop, lying quietly in a family album, waiting inside a jar where someone once saved spare change without realizing the treasure within. The possibility of owning such a piece is what makes hearts race and imagination soar. Because sometimes fortune doesn't knock politely. It explodes into your life disguised as an old dollar. Collectors often say, don't let this coin slip at a cheap price, not even by mistake. And the reason is simple. Once lost, it doesn't return. Once sold, the regret can echo louder than thunder. Coins like this don't come twice. They come once, like a destiny test, like a moment when the universe asks, are you ready for your life to change? The 1976 Eisenhower dollar from Mint Mark P has become a symbol on social media, in collector clubs and in auction rooms, a symbol of sudden luck, of hidden wealth, of the idea that something ordinary can be secretly extraordinary. It represents a dream that every coin enthusiast carries. The dream of finding the one piece that lifts you from everyday life into a story worth telling for generations. And if you hold one, if it rests in your hand right now, then you are holding more than a coin. You are holding a piece of American celebration, a piece of history, a piece of mystery, and a piece of hope. Treat it with respect. Protect it. Value it. Because legends don't appear in your life without purpose, and treasures don't reveal themselves without reason. So remember, this isn't just a dollar. It's a doorway to possibilities, to dreams, to fortunes whispered in collector circles and believed in by those who know the magic of old coins. Keep it safe, because in the world of numismatic legends, this Eisenhower giant is the kind of treasure that can transform a night, a year, or an entire destiny. The legend of the